Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. My name is Starrapter. I'm so happy you could join me back here on the channel to talk about some more Star Wars comics, as we always do. We have 3 from Marvel to talk about this week. The first one, we'll do a passing glance at The Mandalorian, number 5. This is written, of course, by Rodney Barnes with artwork by Jorge Janti. This is Chapter 5, The Gunslinger's adaptation. So yes, a direct adaptation. Nothing has been added like the rest of the issues we had so far, but great artwork. There's a little bit of hang-ups here and there with the artwork of Pelimoto, but I'm nitpicking a little bit because by the long shot here, the majority of this looks great. Great for collectors. Moving on, we have Bounty Hunters issue number 28. It's been 2 months since we had a Bounty Hunter issue, so I'm back. Happy to talk about these Bounty Hunters. Havoc at the Accretion Disco Part 2. We have this written by, of course, Ethan Sachs with artwork by the legendary Paolo Villanelli. I mean, the kinetic nature of the violence of this is perfectly depicted in comic book form. We have Losha, we have Tonga, we have Boss, we have 4LM, we have Tasu Leech, we have Zuckuss. We have all these characters that are working for the Pykes on this mission because they're trying to make money. And the end of the last issue, Tasu Leech, his own people, the kanji, right? The kanji, they eventually become the kanji club. They actually say, oh, our people were having trouble with the Pykes. So eventually what happens is the people that Tasu Leech and the Bounty Hunters were supposed to protect the Pykes against, these kanji, he ends up working for them. And they basically persuade him that this guy's a bad dude that's hiring you. You should kill him. So Tasu Leech kills him. And now this issue is about these bounty hunters getting off of this different orbital black sun orbiting platform. And we have 4LM detonates a charge and the reactor goes and they're trying to get off there. They rescue these people off of there and they get away safely. We also have a little bit of a story with the character Vakora, who returns back to Corellia. Remember, she's working for Crimson Dawn, and well, somebody's sitting in her throne that she deserves now, so she simply kills him and takes the throne. It looks like there's a little bit of PTSD going on with the cat that she killed. That was Los's cat, the Nexu there. And we also have a catch-up story with Byron Valance, and he's reporting back to Darth Vader. He has his own little Revengers crew, the Weequay, the different kind of Trandoshan, all these different characters that's working under him. And Vader's congratulating him, basically, giving him a little bit of an ego boost, saying, yeah, you did a good job killing Crimson Dawn. I got a tip. There's another Crimson Dawn attack that's going to happen. They're going to steal medical supplies from this Imperial colony. And that's going to be on Bestine, excuse me. And once you know that that's actually the next mission that the Crimson Dawn have given to none other than Tonga, who has decided to work for Kieran and Crimson Dawn. So there's evidently a collision course that's going to happen with these two character groups. And it's been a long time coming because we're sitting here, at least I am, thinking, what's Byron Valance doing? It's been a long time since we've seen him do anything of note. So to see him go head-to-head against his own allies in the past, we're going to see what happens there. It's going to be very cool. What I will say is I like the idea of Vader looking at the schematics of the Death Star 2. You see that in the first panel that you see him there. But yeah, really fun events, lots of action as always, just a lot of killing of Pykes in very creative ways with swords and blasters and everything in between. And finally, the last issue we're talking about tonight is Star Wars issue number 29. This is called A Little Break. So I don't know if this is part of a little arc here or whatever, but this is of course written by Charles Soule with artwork by Ramon Rosales. And we have Lando, we have Chewie, we have Leia, we have Lobot, we have Luke. They have all gone to this call with Emmeline Holdo, long friend of Leia. And they've gone to this location and in the court, and they're just chilling at this pool, enjoying some time off as the galaxy's at war. But it wasn't just to relax, because Emmeline Holdo knows there is a big auction going for some things, and the rebels need some supplies, they need some Tabanna gas, they need some fuel. Well, it turns out that's on auction is a Nihil strike ship, and the Nihil strike ship will have coordinates to get them to this convoy that has disappeared in the High Republic age called the Kazarat convoy. This has a bunch of ships that were left out in space that would have a lot of tabanna, that would have a lot of fuel, so they have to get this thing. So they don't actually win fair and square with the auction. What they do is they lose, and then they assault the Imperial Coruscant Museum guy, the curator there. They basically assault the ship, they take out all these stormtroopers, and it's a pretty awesome action sequence because we have Luke Skywalker going with the dark robe like you see in Return of the Jedi or the Mandalorian, and he's just chopping down stormtroopers with his yellow lightsaber while Leia and Amilyn is firing at them from afar, and Chewie's just smashing stormtroopers. So it's a great action moment. They get the Path Engine. If you're a High Republic fan, you know what those do. They go to different hyperspace coordinates in different areas. They get that Path Engine, they put it on Amilyn Holdo's ship, and as they are escaping with the TIE fighters trying to kill them, the Path Engine activates and it sends them to none other than No Space, which, as we know, is a big headquarters of Nihil back in the days of the High Republic, in the days of Light of the Jedi Phase 1, about 200 years before the events of the Phantom Menace. We know at the end of Phase 1, No Space was basically wrecked pretty badly. So it's going to be really cool. Of course, Charles Soule would implant this kind of High Republic lore into the current base of Star Wars because it makes it feel like it's more lived in, but great issue. Again, it's like what happens when there's a little bit of downtime. So it is nice to see that, but it was interesting because you do see Luke who had a little bit of a cloudy mind, and Lando mentions this, and even though, Luke is still able to hold his own in combat, and obviously he's gotten much better over the years with time and looking at all these different Jedi texts. It's very interesting. I wonder what's clouding his mind. We'll see that very soon. But yeah, really cool. You also see Lando with straight up sunglasses. So there you go. Sunglasses in Star Wars are canon. Thank you very much. But that's going to do it for the comics that came out this week. For more on Star Wars, I've been doing Andor companion videos. I've just put up a video about the craziest, horrific, unsettling torture in Star Wars history happening in Andor Episode 9. So check that video out, as well as my previous Andor videos if that's what you're looking forward to the most with Star Wars these days. And check out the Outer Rim Transmission podcast. We record live every Friday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So that's good for me, Starrapter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.